Well, do you know the differences between a Chardonnay and Pinot Grigio? How about what foods pair well with Merlot? Wine experts at this weekend's Wyandotte Wine Crawl will be on hand to answer all of your questions. And we're so happy to have right now Joey LaPaca here of Republic National Distribution for coming here and bringing all of this and telling us about this really great event. So tell us what's happening on Friday.
Friday night from about 6 to 10 in Wyandotte, we're doing the Wyandotte Wine Crawl. This is the 14th year of the event. It's grown to quite a big enterprise. We're going to have over 100 wines down there in 4 different locations, 4 different wine gardens. Nice. Food trucks everywhere, live music. There's a beer garden if you have some friends that are beer drinkers. So something for everyone, really.
Oh, that's great. And what is the best way, would you say, to enjoy some wine? I mean, you're the expert, you know.
Usually, start with your lighter whites first. One of the most important piece of information on wine bottle is actually the alcohol content. So start with the lower alcohol wines and work up to the higher alcohol wines, because those are usually the most full-bodied. So if you start with the lighter ones, your palate won't fatigue as quickly.
Nice. And I know a lot of people have been to wine tastings, but perhaps they want to maybe do something at their own home. What should they keep in mind? What have you brought here?
Well, I've got a couple of wines from Bordeaux, a white and a red from Bordeaux. I've got a Malbec from Argentina, which has been very popular over the last few years. The ever-present California Cab, which is very popular, and then a couple of more arcane wines from northern Spain. Little different grapes you might not be familiar with, but really exciting wines.
Okay, should we pour a little bit of something? What's your favorite? I know it's probably hard to really pick, and probably depends on what you're doing, perhaps, or what you're eating.
Right, most definitely. It is like children, it's hard to pick between favorites, but I will say that. Spanish wines are some of my favorite. Yeah, swirl it around.
And tell us again what this does.
So basically that agitates the wine and it helps the alcohol to rise out of the glass, and that lifts the esters that you can smell out of the glass, so it helps you to smell it better, makes the aromas more intense. Give it a good swirl.
It is intense. Yeah, you have a much more, you have a stronger swirl there than me.
Everybody has a gift, so this is all I have.
That's really nice.
Yeah, really fresh.
Now, do you do that no matter which wine you're drinking? It's always important to do that,
Almost. Yeah, I think especially when it's right out of the bottle, give it a swirl, because it's been kept in there for a really long time. It wants to stretch out and breathe, and this is when people talk about letting wine breathe. This is a faster way to do it. Nobody wants to stare at their glass on the table. It's it's
right.
Like, let's get to it.
You want to get to drinking the wine. And what else do you have here? What's on sort of maybe on the other end of the spectrum here?
Well, this is wine from an area called Penedès in northern Spain. It's right outside of Barcelona, and some really exciting wines that are coming out of there. They've been making wine there for a long time, but maybe a lesser known region. So this one is mostly Garnacha and Syrah, with a few other things in there as well, but pretty big, full-bodied wine, very aromatic, and I call this a little bit of a challenging wine. It's not your everyday wine, but when you want to try something a little bit different, this is definitely a way to go.
Wonderful. And what's so great about this event too is that you can sample all kinds of things, get tickets, and do all that, right?
Indeed, indeed. And you can go online to wyandottewine.com and get those tickets.